Thought I'd throw in a new banner image. It looks a lot better to me. Just gonna need a few minutes to freshen up, and I'll be starting the stream. Hello, hello, how are you? Welcome to a Need Free-to-Play development stream. We do these every week. And I'm just going to get my workstation set up. So just give me a moment here. This music is a bit aggressive, so let me turn this down. There we go. Just check that on stream real quick. This music is a bit aggressive, so let me turn this down. There we go. That works much better. Okay. Alright, take the screen down and welcome. So, I wanted today to be... Hold on. Can't hear myself talk over the music. It's not usually good when that happens. Just make this like 12 something. There we go. So, I wanted today to be a mostly game bug development stream, but it's like we've got so much website stuff going on. For now, I think we're gonna probably make this a mostly website development stream. First thing I'm gonna check on is OpenRC PRs to see if anything changed there. Probably not, but let's just check. Yeah, nothing new there, which is fine. And yeah, so this is in progress. This was almost done last week. In fact, we did work on it, but then there was an issue with it. So let's look at this PR. Yeah, so we're having some issues with this code I implemented last week in last week's stream. So the problem is we have like this code that logs you out and logs you back in, and I thought it was working for usernames, but I don't know. The other issue is this null@gmail.com, which is definitely a problem. And it doesn't even make any sense. How could it be null@gmail.com? So let's get into this a little bit. What ticket was that? 139. So, change email /ID. So the confirmation is sent to null@gmail.com. Interesting. So that's this. So we need to like log this and see what's happening there. I don't know why it would be null@gmail.com. We're not forcing Gmail anywhere into the code, are we? Oh. Oh, I completely forgot that null user has this email. Interesting. Okay, so the user is null, I think. That's the problem. So when it gets this, it gets the null. I'm even going to log the user itself. Let's run our local real quick. Might have to stop this. No, I don't. Okay, should be here somewhere. Okay, so we need to log in. And then select the account we would like to change to. And then log in as that, and then... It seems like there's an extra space here. Is that just me? Anyway. So, we want to go to change email address. So, we're going to change it to... just one of my other email addresses, and then we're going to open both of these. Sign into this guy. And let's sign into this guy. Okay, so we get the email change request. Now we're not going to get the confirm yet because it hasn't happened. But, so this should, when we paste this into our URL bar, like that, it should, A, change the email, B, log you out, but then log you back in, which updates your, like, Iron email address. Iron session, otherwise would have, like, the old email address. And 3, or C, I guess, it should send an email to the old email. So let's see which ones of those it's doing. Okay, so A, was it updated? Let's check the database. Just running a query here behind the scenes. Okay, yes, it was updated. Okay, what's B? B is that it should log us out and log us back in. So, if it did that, then it wouldn't have the old email, which was Chardix. So then if I tried to enter... Yeah, so it would have rcalternate@gmail.com as the new email in the session. So it doesn't have that. It says it's taken. Okay, that's good, I think. Wait, no, that's not good, because it should be a different message, because it's their current email. Okay, see, it is null at first. This is a separate issue, but it is null at first. So, Char doesn't get an email. But this is the wrong error message, like we don't want this one. There's a different one that's more customized that says, okay, this is your current email address. See, it still thinks, okay, so it's not working correctly. Because in the website session, like my login session, it still thinks this is my email, which it's not. So the code that's supposed to log you out and then back in is somewhere. So it should happen right after they update the email address. Did I remove it? Maybe I removed it. Okay, so I think there's a stash. I think there's a stash somewhere with the fix. So just to clarify before we apply the stash, B and C aren't working. B, it's not updating the user session, and C, it's not sending an email to Chara. So, yeah, it's stash 0. Let's just do that. Okay, so let's see what this stash has. Oh, there's nothing in it. Huh? Oh, we did have something in the stash. Oh. Email catch. Let's try stash 1. Good. Nope, nothing. Okay, let's try stash 2. Wow, I'm not getting anything. But I did stash the fix. Okay, whatever. So what we want to do is first we want to fix let's take a look at this message again. Runs multiple times. Yeah, I think I fixed this by making the use effect only run once. So the inputs are account ID and new email, so it should really just be those. No, don't update dependencies. Okay, so let's see if we can fix the null issue first. So I'm gonna log out. This is the wrong email now. Okay, so I'm gonna enter the new email as this. And let's see how it takes it. User email address is RC or alternate. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so this makes sense. Okay, so here's the problem. Now useEffect is running once, and it's saying it's null@gmail.com. So I think we need to add user to that then. To that useEffect. But then I think this is going to cause a problem now. We can try this. See if that works. Okay, log out. Okay, don't care. Okay, click submit. Okay. So here's what I want to see. I want to see it run. I want to see it update to something other than null. So now it runs twice, but it gets the right email the second time. But then that's a problem because it's running the endpoint twice. Oh, I know what to do. I think I know what to do. Okay, so... So basically it says, return if the email address doesn't have a value yet. So then we would want to rerun the use effect when it changes. But then it should only run the endpoint one time, I believe. So we're probably going to have to do this a few times. Again, we're just going to ignore that message for now, because we don't really know it's an issue. Okay. Okay, now Chardix gets it. Interesting. Well, this should be fixed now, I think. Okay, it sees the existing one is RC alternate. Email change request. So, clear the console. This should change the email, and it should, and it should also send the confirm notice. And we'll do it one more time to make sure it works that way too. Okay, so it's not null, that's good. So RC alternate should have just gotten a notice. That's good. Now we're gonna log out. We're gonna log in. We're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna make sure Chardix gets an email, I guess. Yep, and Chardix should have just gotten an email. Should soon, sometime soon. Oh wait, no, existing is Chardix. We're changing to okay, confusing the two accounts. Okay, so we're changing from Chara to RC alt. So Chara should get a confirm email. It gets the email correctly, and it should get a notice. Okay, perfect. So that's working. That's great. Now the only problem left is that the online, like the user session, isn't correct. It has the wrong email. So if, for example, we try to go to change email address, and we go to chart, and we try to change it to Chardix, which it was just changed from, it's going to give us a message saying that's the current one. So that's the problem. Because then if they try to change something else, like if they try to change it again, they can't, kind of. Maybe we should just log them out. Hmm. This is interesting. We might want to do that. Require the password. Maybe like the page with the ID says enter your password to continue or something. That might work. Yeah, I'm thinking we should make this page different. It shouldn't just be update complete, it should be... I can confirm your email or confirm your password. I guess this would be an email, or yeah, it would be a login technically. Probably have some state for like complete or not. Change complete, or I don't know. Email dated. False by default. Otherwise, this. Okay. Just copy it. Okay, we can remove this. Let's see. Take a look at this stuff, I guess. I think we can just copy this whole thing. Probably won't use all of it. Maybe we will. I don't know. Okay, so we're trying to get their existing user email address. So let's do that. So we do want to disable the button, just like the login page. I guess we need to do this just in case. I don't know. Do we need to do that? What does this do? Could do that. Or if it's not equal to, I guess. But we wouldn't want to say this. Okay. I mean, yeah, we still need to like confirm that the password is correct, so this stuff needs to happen. I wonder if we should extract this stuff into a hook or something. Cause we have it like 3 different places now. Okay, so yeah, don't know why we're doing this. Spreading an object into a new object makes so much sense. Okay, so now we try to log them in, I guess. Now I'm wondering if we should log them out first. I think we'll just try it and see if it works okay. This is a new login, so I guess we need to log their IP and all that. Update their website user session. So when all that is done, though, we don't want to take them to the home page. We just want to set email update true. Oh, I didn't mean to stop that. Well, whatever. I was just changing playlists. Oh, it's going one song at a time, okay. Not the greatest, but whatever. Yeah, send email updated, set email updated, and then okay, so we got this big login function and forgot password block. Do we need this? Because they already logged in. So, do they need to remember their password? I don't think they need this. I'm gonna remove it. We do need a field validation message. We do need, I would just call this submit instead of login. This is a copy. Okay. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I guess we can try it. Let's log them out first. Okay, different email now. Change email address. Okay, so I'm hoping we see a password confirmation on that page now. And I'm also going to hope that it actually logs us out and back in and updates our session. That's at least what I'm going to hope for. These emails are automatic, I love it. They used to be really slow, and I don't really know why. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this, and Let's see what happens when we click submit. User could not be found. Okay, I should probably log some stuff here to find out why that is. Should probably also check the email address. And then just check result.id. I'm using it here. I'm so confused. Oh, that's because we're in a different context or something? That's weird. That actually makes no sense. I guess we can just console log it here. Let's see, okay. So just remove that then. Save that. And user exists false. It definitely should, unless it already did something. Oh, it's CHAR. Huh. I think it already changed the email and it... Oh, I know. This already did it. So, we'll add another condition here that says... Ooh, I don't know about this. Because technically it's not updated here. They're just logged in. False by default. So then we can say not logged in. If so, return. This brings up an interesting conundrum then, because when do we want to stop loading? Or when do we want to start? Because we're loading by default, I think. Is loading true? Oh. I guess when they click submit, then we want to start loading. First of all, it should be handle submit, not handle login. Then it stops loading when it actually updates the email and sends the confirm. I think that works. I'm wondering if this is going to cause a problem if we set this to false by default. We definitely need to add something here. User logged in. When that changes, then do run. So now it's not going to run the actual update until the user is logged in. And it's going to run this use effect again when that changes. That's good, because then basically when it becomes true, this whole code is going to run, which updates the email address. But this isn't going to run until they enter their password, basically. Because when they enter their password and click submit, it's going to get their data and result.id undefined. That is concerning. That might be because it already updated the user, I'm not sure. But yeah, basically when they click submit after logging in or putting in their password, it's just gonna log them into the site again, and then it's gonna basically set that they are logged in. So then this can run. I think that makes sense. So let's actually try this, because we're going to have to change emails again. So it is currently Chara. So let's change that. RC alternate gets an email. So let's clear the console, and so we're trying to change from Chara to RC alternate. So let's see what happens. Okay, so nothing yet. That's probably good. That's a 1Password error. Not worried about that. And then I'm just going to enter my NIM here. I'm going to clear the console again. Click submit. We'll see what happens. User exists true. That's good. User email is charadix. It was the current email. And then does it change it to RC alternate? Okay, so it's now RC alternate. Charadix should have gotten a email saying your email changed. He did. That's good. And then the last thing we want to check is it correct now? So if I were to go onto the same page and try to change it to rcalternate@gmail.com, I should get an error. Because that's the new one. That's the current one. So let's see. See, it's still not there we want, because it still thinks we're logged in as Charadix. I don't know what's going on there. We might need to log out first and then log in. Because the user data basically comes from like Iron Session. And in Iron Session it still thinks it's the wrong thing. So that's something we need to figure out. So it's really simple, you just say iron log out. Another option we have is to just log them out and not log them back in. And say, okay, your email was changed, log back in. With the new email. But that's kind of stupid because we just had them enter their password, so now we're gonna have them do it again. It just doesn't make any sense yet. Okay, so let's see what happens if we do this first. So if we log them out and then log them back in, what happens then? Does it work? Wait, hold on. What did I do? I think I pasted it twice, not sure. Let's see if that works. Okay, so it's RC alternate now. So not only are we logging them out and then logging them in, after we log them in, we're also doing all this stuff where we're saying, okay, log their IP, update their session with their IP, etc. I think that makes sense. It's just a lot of duplicate code right now. So let's see. Log in. So this is going to fail because this is the old one. .cop them. Cop them, boys. Okay. One thing I want to say about this page is I don't love it. I don't think these buttons are, like, really great. They're just kind of like, okay, whatever. Ideally, we update that page with, like, additional information and stuff. That's cool for them to know. So we're going to try to change it back. Sees that the current one is RC alternate. Now Chardix should get a email request change. Now when we go here, nothing happens by default. So I'm going to enter Chardix's email, which is that. And then let's see what happens here. Currently it's RC alternate, now it's changing. In the database it has changed. Let's see what happens here. So now I'm going to try to go to change it to the one I already have in the database as of this time. And let's see what it says. That's not the email we want. It's still out of date. I don't know how to log out correctly. It's not logging out and logging back in somehow. Or maybe it is and it's just not updating the email in session. Yeah, it still sees that that's the old one. Wait, maybe we need to redirect them to a new page for it to work. I don't know. See what happens when we just log them out. So let's say we do nothing. None of this. Except we do need to do this. So... Okay, so some of this code might not be necessary anymore, but Okay, so let's comment out a few things. So now I just want to see, does it even log them out correctly? So change to RC alternate. So does it even log them out? It does. Okay. But then it tries to... It tries to... Okay. So it tries to log them out and then call the API, which doesn't make any sense. So that's a problem. Yeah, we definitely don't want to log them out before we actually make the change, because then basically they have no session, so they can't make the change. Like, they can't call the API. I guess let's make sure the password is correct and then log them in later. So, like, all this stuff here happens some other time. I think. So, like, make sure the account ID and the query string is right. Make sure an account exists for that email address. Make sure the password is right. And then if it is, then basically we're good. So now we need a different one, like user validated. By default, they're not validated. So at the end of all this, if we haven't returned a validation error, then basically you can just say set user validated. Okay, so then now it's user validated. If not user validated, then return. And then we're basically gonna call this and then send an email and then log out and back. Okay, so we do need Axios again. Let's add that back in. And we're gonna try starting with just... We don't need this now, I think. Yeah, we don't need this now. We're gonna start with just logging them out and see what happens. Because worst case scenario, we can still... yeah, I guess we won't use like Axios yet. Let's remove that actually. Worst case scenario, we can just say like here, like, hey, you need to log back in now. Blah blah blah. It would suck, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. So, user validated. So we're not logging them in, but we are logging them out. And set email updated. Yeah, we probably want to do that here when they log out. Okay. Yeah, let's see what happens here. We're gonna log in again. Okay, Chara is their current email address, which probably matches up in the database. It does. Change their email address. Okay, so we want to change it to... Okay, RSC alternate just received an email. Alright. So let's take this, put it here, clear console. So we're going to change it to RC alternate. Obviously I have to enter the password. And so now we're going to hope that this validates the user correctly and that sends the user effect that it can now run. And then the user effect should hopefully update their email and then send the confirm message to the old email and then log them out. That's all we're asking for. Let's see if that works. Okay, old email is Charadix. New email is RSC alternate, and now they're logged out. Of course, they don't have a session now. Somehow this still thinks that they do, so that's interesting. Wonder what that update's based on. I wonder if that even re-rendered. It probably should, but I don't know if it does. This is like ancient code. Okay, let's see if everything worked out. So the old one was Chara, so it should have gotten the notice. Okay, so the notices are working now, and the email is updating. Now we just need to figure out the login situation, because I wonder if we can just put this stuff here and it will work. Gotta enable some stuff, bring some stuff back. RC alternate. Okay, so do your normal stuff. Log the IP, update the website session, and then so basically when this is done, we don't need to do anything else. I guess we could say set loading when they're logged back in. So when it finishes loading, that means that they should be logged out and then back in. So I hope that works. If not, we'll have to deal with it, I guess. We don't have a result, though, so that's... not sure how that's going to work. Guess we do have a user, though, so maybe we can just use that if we can access it. Looks like we might be able to access it. Now this would be their current user, so I think that's okay. User, that's where it's used. Oh, you know what though? This is their old email. So I think what we need to do is we need to say const updated user equals update the user with their new email address. Something like that, I think. Maybe it's email. Oh, no, it is email address. The problem is new email could be an array. To do this, it's getting a bit lengthy. Oh, this needs to be in quotes, doesn't it? Okay, so now new email is always going to be a string, which it always should be. It should never be an array of strings. That's one weird thing about query strings and next. Sometimes by default they're typed as, oh, it could be a string. It could be a list of strings. It's like, okay, come on. For our purposes, it's always going to be one string, so we can just type assert and say, yep, if it's not a string, then don't run this stuff. Which makes sense because we kind of need that existing email. Or I guess that would be the new email. Or no, that is the new email. Okay, cool. So updated user, we want to use this. We want to log in with this. And well, when we update their user session, yeah, I guess we can just use the updated user. Shouldn't matter, actually. Okay, we're gonna hope that all that works. I keep forgetting I have a RSC, or no, I have an OSRS Hardcore Iron Man free-to-play only with this name. I'm meaning to log into him. I should do that sometime soon, because I kind of want to check on him. I think I got like a Mithril Long from a Chaos Dwarf, and that was like the best weapon that I could possibly get, and so I was happy with it, so I stopped playing. Courage is RSC alternate, so it sends an email here. And okay, no. Why would it link back to that? Okay. Anyway, we're changing to Chara. We're gonna enter the email for that account, or password for that account, and then we're gonna clear console, RC alternate. So RC alternate was the existing one, and so we're gonna hope that that worked, and it logged us out, logged us back in with the real email address, the new one. So the current one is what we just changed to, which is Chardix. So let's try entering that. That's what we wanted the whole time. That's literally what we want. So now their login, their session now has the right email. I think I just didn't update the email. I was using the old, like the login code for the login page, and it just wasn't working. So, yeah. I think this works better now. The only problem with this is that it's kind of like a lot of code that's not reused. Get rid of these console logs. Like this specific code here is in like 3 places. Like look for this comment right here. Oh, it's only in 2 places. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's duplicated, like the whole thing. That's not good. And this stuff is duplicated. Like how many times do we have this? Twice. Yeah, I don't love it because it's kind of duplicative. Wonder if we could put this stuff into like a hook or something. So, like, this stuff... I mean, basically this through here is, like, all repeated code, except for the difference in this. Let's try putting this into a hook for starters. Use login. Use this is a weird name for hook, but maybe it'll work. Use password hashing. And within this, we're gonna have something like, I don't know, what does this even return? I guess we're trying to figure out if the password is right, so it's just a big thing like is correct or something. Let's bring music back, I guess. Yes, I'm still watching. So result, that's a user. grab that import because VS Code can never get this import correct. Like, I'm trying to. It thinks I want to name it crypto. I guess password is new password, right? What is password? Oh, entered password. Okay. Password entered. String. And there's gonna be like exception handler, something like that. What is E though? It might be a string. I'm not really sure. I'm just not sure what the typing would be, because it's catch E, but like what is that, like a string? This doesn't really help. Oh, okay. Maybe this is it. Well, then why don't we just do... I think we can try this, and if it doesn't work, that's fine. Catch error. We'll say it's an error. And then... So then, now this is... that, and then it basically does something. And then there's also going to be a password incorrect handler. I guess, well, no. This is just going to return a boolean, so we don't need that. So we can just say call it, and then I guess this would be false. And then this is just stuff we can have over here, which we already have it, so we're good there. Oh, okay, you can't specify it. So if it's an error, then we just run the exception handler and we return false. So then if it's not true, then you have to do false. And then basically if all this passes, return true. We just remove this. Password doesn't exist on user. Interesting. Oh, this is any. We don't know. It's not necessarily a user. Because this function kind of like... It kind of casts it. It doesn't cast it. It basically asserts that if the user... Oh... I don't know if I really want to pass that, though. Wait, but it's saying that user doesn't have password. That makes no sense. Oh, it doesn't have password. Okay. We could try something fancy like record string any, or I don't know how that would work. Doesn't really help. I hate to add any though. I mean, it's basically returning... What does it return? It's written in Postman. User data row. Okay. So all this is string except a few things. So I'm wondering if we could just get away with record string or number. I think this makes sense, I guess. Let's say return okay. So now we can call this up here. And to make sure they're right, password is correct, equals password valid, pass the result, pass the password, and then basically what we want to do if it fails. So if it fails, we just want to say handle exception. Error.message. password by the user matches the password associated with their database. Okay. So password is correct. So now it's basically a one-liner with the exception of this a little hashing exception. So now we can just remove all this stuff, basically. Well, we can remove this. And we can also do this in the login page, wherever that is. We're just going to copy this, I think. Okay, it's literally copied, so it's the same thing. Password valid. Display another Peter Crowley selection. Okay. Yep, so that should just replace basically all of this. Okay. So I'm going to have to make sure that this works, obviously. The other thing we might be able to put into a hook is this iron login part. Damn, I'm tired. This iron login part. Maybe go in a hook. Basically this whole part. Let's try to put it into a hook. It might not work. I might not be thinking about it right or something. Okay, so I think we need a handler for like, if its response says 200, or if it's not, like login failure handler or something. Login failure, well, I guess so, yeah, login failure. And then that's basically going to be this. login user. Okay, so then I guess we could just return the promise, and then have the users of this basically do their own then logic. I think that makes more sense. So if we return this, and someone can just say .then. See what we're currently doing for this. Or just this. Obviously the else needs a end bracket, and then response. We can just put this in here. Of course, I would say there's also an Axios error handler. Yes, error message string. You can just say Axios error handler, call it with whatever you're using here. That way we can just do that, and then yeah, that basically takes care of it. Basically, it's a void method. It doesn't return anything. It just logs them in. So, in theory, now we can just call this hook. Update a user in this case, and login failure handler is actually going to be just this. But actually there's going to be an optional error message, I think. Because in some cases we have it, some cases we don't. With no message, and then you see the same thing. Error. Let's see. Actually, I don't think we need two different handlers. I think we just need one, and the error message is optional. Call it login failure handler. And Okay, so we're passing it something to use, but that doesn't make any sense. No, when the exception is caught, then we call the thing with the value here, so then we just need to define something. Oh, okay. We don't call the instant. Okay, we don't like call it. We just pass the reference. That makes sense. That makes way more sense. I don't think we need a comment here because we already have like a docu comment that explains what it does. We kind of just log them in. I think that works okay. And then login user, and then basically we don't need. Oh, okay. So then we're gonna do it then. Then, whatever we're doing currently. Yeah. So now we don't need any of this stuff, basically. As far as I can tell, we just say then do something, catch. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't even do this, I think. Although now we're catching two different things. Oh, this is already here in the code, I think. Oh, that's interesting. We didn't have that. Catch now. This is handled somewhere else. I think we just need this. So it actually doesn't return void. It shouldn't return that. It should return a promise. This is tough though, because when you're returning a promise from within another promise, it doesn't really work because it doesn't return it from the root, like down here. Like we'd want to say return promise. But that doesn't really work. Hmm. Alright, I'm gonna make some tea and I'll be right back, guys, in about, 10 minutes ish. I think when we come back, we'll probably not make that into a hook just because it's kind of complicated. Um, there's probably a solution to it, but I don't want to spend like 3 hours on this one issue. Anyway, I need a tea break. I'll be back in 10 or so. Hey guys, I'm back for a few minutes. I'm thinking we're just gonna not use this hook. I don't really know how to return a promise from like a nested chain of Axios calls. I don't even think it's possible. Unless we need to like declare it as async or something. And then it will work. I guess it's worth a try, right? I don't think you can do this because this parent isn't. Yeah, this isn't async. Oh, wait, maybe we need to do this. But we don't want to return a response, we just want to know when it's done. What type is this? It's just a response. We want the promise, so then... Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, I'm just not gonna go forward with this, because I just don't know how to get it to work. We can come back to that in a future ticket, or, you know, in the future at some point, but I can't get it to work, so I'm just gonna go back to the code we had. Okay, don't need as much space here now. Okay. Check our diff. Oh, my tea is ready. I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. So let's just keep, skimming this diff. Yeah, this is the part that sucks. Yeah, that cuts down some code. Not like an extraordinary amount, but cuts down some. So now we should probably test that login functionality, make sure it's still working, even with the Okay, I can log in. We're gonna try typing in some bogus email. Bogus. It doesn't work, it doesn't do anything. Okay, cool. I think we're good to go here. Seems like we should test this one more time just to make sure. Okay, so new email is RC alternate, same account ID, and enter my password. Okay, your emails have been updated. So now we're RC alternate. Let's make sure Chardix got the email saying, hey, your email was changed to that. That's good, and then we're going to try to change the same thing, and it should say, great, cool. And I'm just going to let that be, and we're good to go, basically. Should be fine. Do we get push? And should be ready for review now. Oh wait, did we implement this thing that we were gonna implement? So did I add a catch there when... Oh, then. Probably didn't. I did not. I was supposed to. Okay. Let's add that catch. Now what are we catching? We're catching an error with email.js. Have we done this before? No. Looks like we haven't. Okay. I don't really know what to do then. Maybe we just do this. Okay, that should work. Not too worried about it. I guess we could test it by actually I don't think we can test it. Or we could do something weird like underscore wrong. We can try that. See what happens. Okay, let's check the console here. Okay, cool. So email, an error occurred, sending the confirmed email to the old email address. I think in that case, I wonder if we should just let it load and just say, hey, it was updated, but log the error so that I can, you know, look into it. Yeah, I think we want to say their email was updated and set is loading. Although the issue with this is that nobody will report this as an issue. Whereas like if there's a loading issue where it just loads, then people will report that and I'll know about it. Otherwise I have to like check the console logs all the time. I don't know. I think we'll go with this. See what it does now. No new error messages. Oh, that's because I'd already updated it, duh. Oh, it didn't get to log out and then, okay, I get it. So, not that account. Gonna try to change it to RC alternate now. Just trying to make sure that despite a email just failure, it still works the same otherwise. So it doesn't fix itself, huh? Interesting, because that's literally what we have here. It's supposed to basically Oh no, wait. I think this. Oh, I put this in the wrong place. That's the problem. Okay. And now it's already done. So now we log out again. Okay. So again, I just want to make sure that despite the confirm email failure with that catch we added, it's still gonna, tell the user it's done. So let's submit that. Okay. And it occurred sending the confirm email, but it still updated it. So then we just changed it to, what did we change it to? We changed it to Chardix, so now if we try to change it to Chardix again, Oh, I get it. So it doesn't do the logout, login unless the confirm works. That's unfortunate. I'm thinking we shouldn't even let that continue then. Because it doesn't really work how it's supposed to. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it. There's no diff. Okay. Not that. Okay. Why is this like full screen? There we go. Okay. So this should be ready for review now. And we're gonna let my other account take care of that when we do the PR views. And we can just update this and say this is made. So this is again. Boom. In progress code review, and we're basically done with it for now. Until we look at it later. So that took 2.5 hours, which is totally unfortunate. But it's good work that had to be done. It leaves a lot less time to do other stuff. These Peter Crowley things are like super short, which I'm not a huge fan of. So it like ends and then I have to go fix it. Let's do some like Adrian Ziegler. I haven't listened to Adrian Ziegler's stuff in forever. I wonder if he has any new albums. this will work. Okay, make a Hall of Shame page. Before we can do this, I think we need to do something else. Currently, people that are banned for cheating, like with bots and stuff, they can't even see the site. They can't even load any page. Whereas I think we should let them see the site, you know, check up on high scores or whatever, read the latest news, but we should just make sure we prevent them from creating accounts. I think that's what we need to do. So that's this ticket right here. Exactly. If they wish to, they should be able to see the rest of the site, including the Wall of Shame. Wall of Shame. That's wrong. Anyway, I think this needs to be done before that can be done. So... But this is something that's like such, like, not a huge priority. Where'd it go? I went to the bottom. Like, this is not something I want to spend my time on, like, right now. I'm gonna deprioritize these two. I like the idea of the Hall of Shame page. I'm worried it could have like a negative effect. Like it could encourage people to rule break or something, because then they get to be on a page on the site, you know? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna make these like low priority. It's definitely something we'll get to eventually. It's just not a huge priority right now. We do need to re-enable PCAP logging. I haven't really scheduled any maintenance for the server yet, so I don't know if that's something we want to do now. I guess we could check how that affects the test server. This is something I really want to do, like, as soon as possible. Let's work on some boring stuff first, like this. I always say I want to work on boring stuff because I want to get it out of the way. Okay, so there seems to be an issue when you create an account. I guess when you try to create an account. I'm just gotta use my email address. Okay. Yeah. So right now it's just saying couldn't update user session, which makes no sense. Error, no rows affected. Response, object. Not the best error message. Basically the problem is the email is taken, or maybe the username is taken. We need to show a better error message here that says that. Because right now, if people create an account with an email that's already taken, or username more commonly, it's not going to work. It's not going to be clear what happened. So, let's go to create, registered, something like that. What are we on? Create. See, I think this is the problem right here. What if we just said spaghetti? I already have an account? Oh, it did. Wait, did it create it even though it's not valid? Uh-oh, that's bad. That's definitely bad. Huh. It says there's only one website user with my email, so then what the heck happened? There's no... It didn't create anything, so there's no user account created, but it's mysteriously logged in. Okay. Sure. Yeah, right. Okay, so now, what happens if I go to the home page? Does it think I'm logged in? Yes, it does. What? That makes no sense. It must have saved a session, an Iron session, but there's no... But there's no website or database record. That is so funny. Okay. So we got a couple issues here. First of all, this isn't working. Wait. Let's take a look at that ticket again. Couldn't update user session. Okay, so when they try to update the website user session, that's where the error is. Interesting. Oh, this makes sense now. So it's logging them in with Iron. I think I see the issue. Let's console log this error, or console log this response. I think it's returning a 200 status, but it's actually doing nothing. It's just saying no errors, no rows returned or something like that. That would make sense. See, it returns an ID back. What does that mean? Did it actually create an account? Let's let's just copy this whole thing. So it returns an ID, but it's not an account ID, because it's not in the database anywhere. Now I need to look into what this is actually doing. Oh, it's returning the new GUID it created, but it didn't do anything, I think. So I think it's an error in the endpoint. We might want to just test this ourselves. Let's test this ourselves. We're gonna put in these question marks. Okay, new GUID, which would have been that GUID we had somewhere here. Okay, cool. And then email, which would have been beastfablers@gmail.com. And then username was 10th. And then password was, we can just put something random here like ABC, and then DEF, and then current date. Let me get a date existing. Email address is equal to email, or username is equal to username. So what the query looks like is this. It's trying to insert, and it's saying select these, data points, but it's saying where not exists. Now what does this return? Affected row 0. So it returns 200 response, but there are 0 affected rows. I think we just need to check for no affected rows. How do we usually do that? If response to affected rows is less than 1. I think we need to update this to use handle manipulate. Let's just try adding this first. Response Okay, insert user response. Something like this. So that'll throw a new error. And then it should be caught, I guess. So it's funny, I don't think it's actually ever going to be a not. Actually, there will be a 500 sometimes. Yes, we would want to change this back. Basically, when it tries to query the database, so. But then, so now, create user account. So this should return, it should throw a new error. So actually, yeah, it would return the 500. And in this case, I think we can say the email address or username you entered is taken, or should we enter this on the front end or the back end? I think what we could do is we can keep this as no rows affected, and then just say so if it says no rows affected, that basically means, well, we're gonna re-enable the button either way, but basically means this. See if this works. Okay, so not login, register. See what it says this time. Okay, no rows affected. Interesting. Let's log this data and see what it looks like. That's weird. So it returns a 500. That means that it basically does this, which makes sense. But then, why isn't it logging to the console? Damn, that's weird. Because we're not even getting console logs now. Alright, how about this? Anything? Okay. So then why can't you log after I send the response? Or does it not even run the then? If it's an error. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, my mistake. So it's not running the then because when there's an exception that comes from an endpoint like this in the catch and it returns a 500, basically that means that this whole thing has like thrown an exception. I think then is only if it hasn't thrown an exception, but it returns the message. So actually this belongs in the catch, which right now is doing nothing. Good job, catch. Let's put this logic maybe down here. I don't know when this other case would apply, to be honest with you. But let's just keep it like that for now. So at least something gets printed out if some other exception happens. So now I think here we go. This shouldn't be touched. This is what we're talking about. So what was it before? Let's check the internet. Create. Okay. And I'm not even sure when this would run, to be honest with you. I don't think it would. I think we're just being careful. Let's try that. The email address or username you entered is already taken. Please choose another one. Nice. Uncaught and promised. This error I don't really get. This error totally makes sense, but this I don't really get. Uncaught in promise. Because we are catching everything. Like the 500 is being caught right here. So I don't really get the error message. Anyway, I think we fixed it, so let's take a look. There's already a ticket for updating things like this to use the handle manipulate thing, so I'm just going to let that be done in that ticket. Probably make sure that I can register some kind of email. Okay. Seems to have worked, so we're good there. Seems to work well. One thing I didn't check technically, but should be fine, is what if it's like a new email at gmail.com but it's like a taken user, like nim. Okay, it doesn't go through, and then we can do the opposite. So new user, blah blah, and then spigglers. Yep, cool. All right. That one's good to go. Next, let's see. Maybe something small, bite-sized, we can just kind of work on. I really want to do this one. One-tile caching is something we'll have to do next time, because it's a couple of things and it gets into the code base and I just don't know how to do that code, to be honest with you guys. This is a really easy one. Let's do this. And it's actually just really simple. 175. So there's this news post preview, news post form. This is like preview thing, and I think it just needs. Although it's using React Markdown. Interesting. Let's reproduce the issue, I guess. So this is like an Asian form that's been updated over the years, but basically if you just type something like basically this used to show up with bullets in the preview and now it doesn't. Because the global UL styles recently changed, so they used to have like certain defaults and now they don't. Now they have list style none. Now if we take all this stuff off, obviously it comes back, but the reason we put that on is because it was causing issues with list items in other places, which we didn't want bullets. But I'm thinking we should just reverse that, especially since I don't think we can actually change how React Markdown does this. So I think we should just go back to... Let's look for like list style. Yeah, so this specific UL wanted that, but a lot of them don't, and that's why we added it to like a global style. I'm thinking we should change this back. So cut this out. it fixes the problem, but it kind of creates issues in other areas, so that might be one of them. Yeah, that's one of them. So, I need 5 minutes. I'll be right back. And we're back. So yeah, I think we're just gonna add some styles to this UL that needs that. Cap 32 to UL. So yeah, list style type. Do we have a list style type? It does have a list style type. Okay. Probably need margin 0. Maybe. Yeah, and that fixes it. Okay. Let's look for other ULs in the code. Okay. This one is gonna have nav dropdown item. Yeah, I think this might need a fix. So yes, YouTube, I'm still listening. think we could do something like this. So this style type none, padding 0, margin 0. It does suck that we're doing this more often than we're saying like list style type something, but in this case for the preview we can't control how this renders ULs, I don't think. I mean, maybe we could have. Could have tried like a CSS prop or something here. Looks like it doesn't exist though. So I guess this is what we're gonna do. So that should fix the issue with the drop downs. Yep. Cool. Okay. Let's look for any other ULs in the code that might have this issue. So this one has it. This one also has it. This one also has it. Okay. Feature list, we'll check on that. And then high scores menu item list, let's check on that. Seems to be good. Let's go to the About page. Yep, that looks good. Okay, cool. I think that's resolved now. So let's actually go to that page. Spending too much time writing stupid content. Now it looks good. And numbered list. Okay. Looks good. Yeah, let's go ahead and commit that. Okay. I have a sudden urge to train on guards and Need for Play. I might have to do that after this stream. That's that one done. And we can go here and open that PR. Okay. Cool. This works, and let's put that into the ticket. Code review. Okay. At this point, we're looking for something really small, but we might just end it here. This is something I really need to get to, but it's like I kind of need to test it on the test server first. It doesn't really work well on the stream because it's over here. So it would just be kind of not too comfortable. I don't know. I'm getting pretty tired, guys. I'm gonna call the stream here. Unfortunately, I'm just too tired to continue working on this, but I hope you guys enjoyed these streams. If you don't, it's fine, because I do. I'm glad I'm doing this every week. We're finally back into a consistent schedule, which I love because I get to work on this project every week. Otherwise, this stuff kind of just like gets, you know, not worked on, which sucks. I think we're really at a point with the website where once all this stuff on the left in the backlog and selected for development is done, website's like, you know, it's like basically done. And there's not like a bunch of new stuff coming up with the website, so we're getting to a point where it's like, you know, it's going to be finished, I think. So yeah, I will see you guys next Sunday. Take care.